Back on another episode, keeping it real. Back with Derrius. It's happening, Woo.
What up, man?
It's the morning sun.
Another day, man, another dollar.
Yes, sir. Gotta go get it done.
That's it.
Now let's talk about gratitude. I feel like that was aggressive. Damn. Just hopping right into it.
That's it.
Go ahead and talk about gratitude and like what it means to spread love.
That's the theme, right? Coming off Thanksgiving. We heard that message at church actually too.
We did.
Spreading gratitude, being thankful for everything you already got. That's actually how you become more abundant, I believe.
100%. You open yourself up to getting more, receiving more, just by being thankful for what you already got. And obviously, I feel like a big message from church the other day was just about how when you notify yourself that you have Jesus Christ in your life, you have everything that you need. Right? I feel like that was a very, very powerful segment that I took from the preaching.
Yeah.
You know? How about you?
Yeah, no, that's real. That's real. I would say the same, honestly. I think that was the main message. It was falling in love with Jesus, right? And remembering how much he sacrificed for us,
right,
and how much we already have in our lives, right? And yeah, that alone will just allow you to stay abundant because you're able to tap into that true source of power,
right?
You know, God.
And having it funnel every aspect of your life. Like you need to have Jesus himself, God himself, touch every part of your life, right? Not just the ones that you want them to, but everything that you're currently doing. It's very, very important that to take it into consideration. I feel like in today's world, it's such a hateful place, especially coming from up north. You know, it's weird. Like you never really sit down and understand, or people don't really sit down and think to themselves like, damn, like I don't know why I'm so hateful or why I'm such a hateful person. Like you can see somebody doing better, like we talk about this all the time, and they just look at you and they're like, well, this guy's a weirdo, and it's like for what? But they'll get on their knees for their favorite rapper or artist and start to get to gawking it, like, but like it's the truth.
What?
Bro, but like y'all be doing that, straight knee dropping and gawking.
Yeah.
You know, but like in the grand scheme of things, you really got to sit here and say to yourself, like, man, once you have a positive attitude, and once you go ahead and say to yourself that this is what it is, I'm trying to go ahead and be better, and I want to see others around me be better. That's when everything around you starts to become better.
Facts. It's what you start to attract, right? It's like you put positive energy out into the universe, you receive positive things back.
Right.
Same goes with the negative. You receive negative back.
Karma's real.
Yeah.
You know?
Facts.
What you dish out, you get back 100%. So I think that's one thing that a lot of people need to take into consideration, because this ain't no joke, bro. You know what I mean? It ain't no joke. What do you feel like?
No, that's facts. That's facts. I feel like to stay on topic with abundance, that was even the message when we went to hot yoga.
Yeah.
It was abundance and gratitude.
A big week of abundance. Just even in terms of the message relaying itself.
Facts.
I wonder what that stems from. Because like everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, a bunch of alignment around that for sure. A bunch of alignment around the word abundance and gratitude. Also is the season for that, but
for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's good to fixate your mind on abundance stuff.
Right.
100% instead of in lack. Because when you're in lack and you're worried about the bills and you're worried about maybe, you know, not having money in your bank account, that's what you fixate your mind on, so you don't actually think about the ways of actually getting out of that situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when you're in the abundance mind frame, you're like, okay, I can make money from this avenue, you know what I'm saying?
In God's timing, God's will.
Exactly. Exactly.
I think that, like, staying on this topic, it's crazy. It's crazy to go ahead and see it for ourselves. I feel like in certain moments, and especially like earlier on, like when we first met each other, like 7 years ago, we would sit and say to ourselves, like, in terms of what we have, we were definitely blessed, but I don't know how deeply like grateful we were of what we had. Like we were definitely always grateful,
Yeah.
but it's definitely now a different appreciation in terms of everything.
Yeah, for sure. I think that comes with a little maturity, for sure. We were young, freshman in college when we met, for sure.
Yeah.
Take some things for granted, 100%. But yeah, no, it's definitely different nowadays.
For sure.
You know, the gratitude and the feeling of abundance, for sure.
Just having to do things for yourself.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, for sure.
And then it's just kind of like when you have no sort of backbone, you got to go ahead and get things done for yourself. You're grateful for everything that comes into your lap that's just been placed there necessarily. Never to say that you get a handout, but obviously everybody has those where it's like, damn, like you didn't have to go ahead and do that. And like I'm appreciative of that. And to be in a position to go ahead and bless others,
Yeah.
that's another big thing. Not to do it so that you go ahead and receive things back, but to bless others out of the kindness of your heart and the goodness of your heart.
Yeah, it's
So,
like
you know,
a selfless.
act.
Yeah, exactly. It's serving others.
Right.
Serving others.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up.
Serving God.
That's it.
Yes, sir.
That's it. That's one of our main purposes
Mm-hmm.
here in life, you know. Serve others and spread the kingdom,
Exactly.
you know.
And to bring others to the kingdom.
Straight up.
Just gotta go ahead and get it done, bro. It's one of the major things that a lot of people overlook, and there's no time to play with it. You gotta go ahead and accept it now. There's a lot of lukewarm Christians that definitely need to go ahead and figure out their purpose and to go and figure out that, like, hey, look, like, Lord Jesus coming back. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
there's no time for games.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think the thing that I don't want to say scares me the most, but it's like we're all on just a time clock, bro. And we don't know when we're gonna die.
Exactly.
So it's like if you don't wake up every day and put your best foot forward or pick up your daily cross,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's like, dang, what if today's your last day? You know, like, and you didn't, you know, you procrastinated on reading your Bible, or you procrastinated on, you know, you saw someone in mind that you could have helped, you know, like little things, right? Like not being present,
Mhm.
you know, just, I don't know.
It's just
I think about that a lot.
in terms of like, what if you don't? I agree.
Like, what if today was my last day? Like, how would I want to go out?
You know what's so funny? I was talking to the two twins. They were in a prior episode, and one of the most notable things I think I've heard in a long time was, if I was to offer you $15 million today, would you take it?
For
Tomorrow being the last day that you live.
no.
Exactly. And so a lot of people go ahead and would. I don't think that anybody realistically in a conscious state would be like, yeah, I want to go and take that. Like, if you do, I think that you need to like rediscover a lot in your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it goes to show you that like money is nothing in comparison to what your life is, right? So
Yeah.
to go ahead and really take that value and to go ahead and look and be like, hey, like, hearing this information and to go ahead and live every day with a purpose and to go ahead and get up and do the best you can to be the best version of yourself every day and to leave this earth, because we never know when our times, like, our time's up, when our time's expired, but to leave this earth with no lack of regret in terms of like, I should have done this, I should have traveled here, I should have went to church, I should have dealt with this friendship better. I feel like you got to be in a very strong place to kind of understand that and accept that and move grateful. I think that's another term that's really well
That's real.
put together for this topic. So
That's real.
for those watching, you really got to be mindful of what you're involved in, and remember that the decisions and the choices that you're making today, there's repercussions of them. And not to say that we don't all sin, every one of us sins, but to be saved, to go ahead and seek God, to go ahead and do right every single day is very important, because you never know when your time's up.
No, it's real.
You know?
It's real. That's why it's called Keep It Real Podcast.
Keep It Real podcast.
Facts.
Trying to do better, bro.
Time is our greatest asset we have, for sure. Gotta make the most of it.
Yeah.
Gotta make the most of it. And that's another reason why, like, I've put my head down so hard to want to create something instead of getting like a 9 to 5, because it's like you said, we only got one life.
Only one life.
You know, and I might as well live how I want to live.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll always take the riskier route.
Mm-hmm.
I'll always do kind of what I want to do, because why not?
The exact
Go experience.
The exact same thing you just said. Like we just said, time is way more valuable than any dollar we can go out and get.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So understanding how to utilize your time is one of those things where, yes, like you want to be able to do the best you can and to build what you got to do every single day. I feel like people look at money as money is definitely a resource that's needed in order to have freedom. You know what I mean? I wouldn't necessarily go the distance of saying that money is freedom. In certain aspects it is, but I feel like in some ways, and obviously money being like a value, okay, we're gonna say money is a valuable asset, right? In terms of obtaining freedom.
It's needed.
It's needed, but I definitely, and for those who know, you know, to put money into the category of being the best version of yourself, I want to say, like, being the best version of myself is having freedom, like time freedom, and money's just a subsidiary of it.
Right.
That's what I want to say. So coming to that place, yes, very, very, very important, but having been able to do what I want to do every single day is what makes me happy, puts a smile on my face, regardless of the weather, regardless of what situation I'm in.
Facts.
You know?
Facts.
Keeping it moving.
Yeah, no, listen. You can't idolize money.
No.
You can't idolize money at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I think, yeah, I don't know where my mind was going there, but I kind of lost my thought process. I was cooking now.
Keep it real.
Yeah, facts. No, you just can't idolize money.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
The more you try to chase it, the more it runs from you. Like you gotta build things for, like you gotta build the structure, and that goes back to even the podcast we were talking about the other day. You gotta be the person who people are willing to say yes to before they even hear the offer.
Yeah.
Right? So building up the value, the internal value, the self-value, to be able to have an abundant personality, to be an abundant person, is what's gonna take you there. Right? Not chasing that dollar, because that dollar's forever gonna run, no matter how hard you try to grind for it. But if you're trying to build things that actually help people and go ahead and push the ball across, that's where you go and see it.
For sure.
That's the result of what you're trying to do, right?
For sure. I would be like lying to sit here and say that like I don't want a lot of money though.
No, 100%. I would be lying too. But the money for me is more valuable in order for me to build and do what I got to do to serve people.
Agreed.
You get what I'm saying?
Agreed.
The money is obviously funding my vision in terms of helping others grow, in terms of being able to travel across the country, international, to go ahead and do this and have people see like, hey, look, like this is my purpose is to go ahead and use my voice in different aspects of the world to project and help people succeed.
Yeah.
Exactly, spread love, spread life.
Yeah.
Right? And obviously money's it's an important tool for me to go ahead and have to do that. But my main mission is like to be here sitting with you and all the other amazing people that I've met along the journey to talk about this. You know what I mean? And put real love back into our environment. Because there's a lot of hate.
No, it's true.
You know?
It's true.
So we go from there and call it that. You know? What do you feel like you fear?
What do I feel like I fear?
Yeah. On your journey.
I do fear not reaching my goals.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that pushes me to strive and reach my goals.
It's a superpower.
And then I'd say I definitely fear complacency.
Yeah.
I run from complacency. Like, literally, the whole reason I went to Colombia was because I was back home in Atlanta, and I just had that feeling of like, if I don't go spread my wings, like, and take this opportunity.
Too comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. Too comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, go, you know?
I hear you, and that's a great place to be because I feel the same way myself. Like you know the deal in terms of like getting up and moving. Like I've been stuck at home for a little minute, just trying to be able to put myself back together. And now that I've had the opportunity to go ahead and create something that I can go ahead and spread my wings with, I'm like, man, like I don't even want to see the crib. Like obviously it's amazing being home, but it's like, what am I doing at home in terms of what I'm supposed to be doing, what my purpose is?
Yeah.
Right? So why am I wasting so much time here? You know what I mean? And I feel like for a lot of people, I'm big on, obviously it's not easy to go ahead and move out, but I think having that extra push behind you where like you have to get up and go do this every single day is very, very important. But again, that should be built internally before you go ahead and see it, or before you go ahead and do it outside, because to an extent, if you don't have that drive or that consistency or that discipline within you, and you try to figure it on the go, you're gonna struggle a lot, which is also important, right?
Right.
But you need to have your P's and Q's set in place first, you know?
100%. They don't talk about that though.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna take struggle, like headaches. Like, it's gonna take failure
You get real sick.
to reach success
Mm-hmm.
and to actually like create the life you want to live. Like, it's hard to get out of your old ways.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Very
It's hard to break those generational curses.
In a sense, like, you almost gotta feel sick to your stomach, like, to go ahead and make a move for
Yeah,
it.
you have to be fed up with like how you're living and the results you keep getting, and like you keep living this cycle. Like, you have to want to break it.
Yeah. I agree 100%. I feel like that was the biggest thing for me. Like, you remember what it was back in college, bro. I'd be sitting in the dorm room. Sometimes I didn't even go to class. I'd be playing 2K. Sorry, mom. But, yo, like...
For 10 hours on 2K. Crazy.
But, for real, like, then it came to a place in my life where I'm like, what am I doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm getting up, going to practice, not really going to class. I'm going to class, like, 1 out of my 2 classes every week. Not even, like, working out and then going to play games. Like, not really taking the time to go and develop deeper into my craft the way that I should have. But I feel like, again, that's just a learning experience. And then having seen that pattern over and over and over, I was just like, bro, like, you almost get disgusted with yourself. Like, I sat there in real time and I was like, bro, like, what the hell am I doing? So until you get to that place, like, once you get to that place, that's when you'll really know. And then you're gonna climb like a little bit deeper and realize the struggle that's there. But that climb, after you go ahead and witness it for yourself to say, oh, like, I'm not where I want to be and I'm sick of this. That climb a little bit deeper, oh shoot. That's where you plant the roots. That's where the seeds get planted. And then from there, that's where you start to grow and grow. So when we talk about the roots and like the tangible piece of that, is truthfully embracing that feeling in terms of understanding I'm not where I want to be. And how am I going to get there? I got to do the dirty work to go ahead and make sure that the foundation is set in place. And for those who don't understand foundation, do exactly what I just told you and you'll see it fluently in your life. And everything else will make sense. Because I'm not sure about you, but I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. When you see like a real foundation in terms of setting up your life in a certain way, you understand exactly what to do and what that looks like. But hearing the word from like the OGs or like the big homie or whatever, you're never really gonna understand what that means, right? It's not tangible. And so I feel like on Keep It Real, one of the main things we gotta look forward to, and one thing we gotta preach is keeping things tangible. How can I feel this out? What does this look like? You know, because they don't talk about it enough.
Yeah. A lot of people talk from the place that they're at instead of like where they used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how they can help like their old self almost, right?
Exactly.
A lot of people talk about like, oh, here's how I have, 2,000 apartment units, or here's how I fix and flip homes, but like no one talks about the beginning steps of like the personal development journey and the education steps they took to actually get the knowledge and the drive to go and do that. Right?
For sure.
Which is, part of my why as well.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm creating, which is what you're creating,
Mm-hmm.
is keeping it real. Like, real tangible steps to help people better themselves and become the best version of themselves.
Exactly. And I feel like there isn't a community that's big enough, and a lot of people are going to look at these things and brush us off. But realistically, like, I pray for you, and I pray that you go ahead and truthfully take into consideration what we're trying to do and how it can go and help yourself. Because being stuck in your old ways is a real thing. I can personally say myself, maybe a couple years back, I definitely for sure was big on the motivation piece, but I wasn't really hearing it for real. Like, I wasn't going to sit here and say to myself, like, oh, I really understand this, because I never did the work behind the scenes to understand it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But seeing it and feeling it for what it is, and to watch yourself grow and see how you go ahead and plant the seeds, how you go ahead and water them, and what it turns into, and what you're looking forward to in the future, that's the most beautiful part about it, regardless of the ups and downs that come with it.
Yeah, facts. And then getting around people that are on that same type of time.
It's so hard.
It's so huge.
Yeah.
Like, to get around people that are in the same paradigm,
Mm-hmm.
so you're not getting pulled back into those old ways. Like, the only conversations we've really had this past week are about motion.
I feel like for the last couple of years,
Facts though.
Like, obviously at the end of the day we're homies first, like, before all like the business and everything. Like, we got our talk. We talk about girls. We talk about like homie stuff. Like,
exactly.
But when you really put into consideration, like we really sit here, and that's just who we are. Like we've aligned in the sense to be like, yeah, we want to elevate, and we want to elevate with each other. You know, and there's a community of us, bro. We're just trying to go ahead and find everyone, and so we can go ahead and create something that's massive. It could truthfully be colossal.
Facts. I think there's like I'm running into more and more people that are like ready to embark on that journey.
Abundance.
Like facts.
That's what you're manifesting. Your mind's taking it there, right?
For real. You start to attract those people, and like it's like I can genuinely say it's crazy.
Yeah.
Once you get in that like mind frame, the type of people you start to attract.
Exactly.
Like, I've met like 5 billionaires now. Like crazy. Super normal dudes. Like, and you just like run into them and you have a conversation and you start breaking it down. And you're like, wow. Wow. You know?
It's like, I'm loving this.
Yeah.
You know?
But like, once you get in that frame of abundance, like, those conversations become so much easier to have with those type of people. Because, like, that's who you're aligned with.
Yeah. You know what else isn't talked about enough, bro? I feel like with the growth piece, when you go ahead and you're in that mindset, you've almost had to like let go of certain things too and let go of certain people. And I feel like that's probably one of the harder parts about it, because I definitely came from a place too where it's like, yo, I love all my homies. Like at the end of the day, it's nothing but love for me always. And I never got any, like, if my dogs wanted to step to me tomorrow, I'd be like, yo, like, I'm serious. Like, I want to get on it. I'm with them. I support you 100%.
Always.
But I feel like I watched the pod and it was like Snoop talking about, you gonna start coming up here and your homies gonna be down here. And unless they start rising up with you, you gotta leave them alone.
A separation happens, you know, and it's like it becomes evident. Like I've definitely experienced that, where it's like you come back home, you link with some of your old boys, and just the conversations aren't the ones you want to have anymore. Like, the amount of weed smoked and alcohol drink is just not what you want to do anymore.
Exactly.
It's just like there's a separation starts to happen, and like some will come with you, like for sure. Like just like we've
put it together.
Like, the real ones will keep rocking with you.
100.
Sure.
And understand what you're trying to do, and it's either they're with it or they're not. You can't force a horse to drink water, bro. You can lead them to the water, but you can't force them to drink it.
Yeah, you can't save everybody.
Can't save everybody. And that's been the hardest thing for me too, because I feel like, and I know you're the exact same way, we're like, yo, you want to see your homie doing better.
Facts.
Bro, it's so hard when like you really trying, and then it's almost like, it's not like they shoot you down, but it's like, yo, like this guy's weird. Like,
yeah, like I put so many of my homies onto a plate for them to make literally more than 10, 15K a month.
Yeah.
And they're currently right now doing like maybe 3 or 4K. I'm not gonna name drop. I had one boy call me for money the other day. It was like he needed like $30. A month before that, I was trying to get him on my sales team. Came in town, literally showed him how to close a deal. It's so easy to make money online. Put him on the play. He just never took action. And he's hit me up for money, and I'm like, bro, I got nothing for you, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I handed it to you, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, you can't save him, bro. You can't save him.
It's hard. It's hard. And like, it's one of those things where it's like, if you're really trying to grow, you gotta let that go.
Facts.
You really gotta let it go. And it's like, it's never coming. And I feel like those guys that are in that place, like, put in like the foot in those shoes too. Because I'm sure we've both been in a spot where we've kind of missed the boat on an opportunity.
100%.
Right? And I feel like being in that place is just kind of like, you don't know what you want out of life, but you're also afraid to take the action because of like the unknown, right? Like, and the unknown's such a weird place because it's like, you don't know if, in our mind, you probably see you saying like, yeah, that's what's up, but like, you're just not mentally ready yet. And that's okay too. I feel like it takes time. And like like I said, coming back to being truthfully sick of like your old ways, you really got to be sick of it and put yourself in the spot of just like, yo, like I'm done. Like, take me out of this, send me through.
Yeah.
And so praying that they come, that's where they start to come back to you, and then you start to lift up and move up together.
Yeah.
But
sure,
it's definitely hard. It's definitely hard.
That unknown is confusing, and like everyone goes through it. You have a choice in that unknown. You either choose what you know, which is your old ways,
right,
or you choose your best version.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And dive deeper and plant those roots.
Straight up.
Just dive deeper.
Straight up.
You know what I mean?
You keep just tilling the soil, watering it, planting more seeds, and I'm giving it time to grow. And you reap what you sow.
You almost become hungry for it. Like almost just like, I see this plant here that's growing. Whoa, like, yo, I can plant 5 more for it.
Yeah.
Like after I've seen this one grow and see what it turns into.
Yeah. You start to reap the rewards. Okay. Okay, let me double down.
Yeah.
Let me double down. Let me lock in harder.
You know what the craziest thing for me was? I feel like the moment that I hit that, I never used to make up my bed. Like, absolutely never. Now it's like, I started back, I want to say like December time. I was like, you know what? There needs to be a change in my life. And going back to the tangibles, I literally made up my bed every single day. To this day. Regardless of what's going on, every single morning I make up my bed. That was my true foundation to making sure that I have a productive day and that I know I was going to have a successful day. You know what I mean? And then feeling and seeing how that's kind of grown into going to the gym every day. We're going like 5 times a week. And then making sure you're eating right. Yeah. Making sure that you're doing what you got to do, organizing your time, organizing yourself. And seeing how that's transpired in terms of planting roots. Oh man, that's such a rewarding feeling.
Facts.
Everything else comes with it.
Yeah, it's 100%. The daily disciplines, like that's how you get 1% better every day. 100%.
That's all you need, just the 1%. Don't shoot to be 100%. You're never gonna 100% better in a day, because that's not attainable. But if you look to really sit there and be like, yo, I'm coming up 1% better every single day by doing those little things. Start to add on a little more. That's where you start to see it.
Straight up, just little non-negotiables, like make your bed. For me, it's I make sure I read my Bible every morning on like a 100-something day streak.
Yes, sir.
Like I make sure that at some point throughout the day, I put on a podcast where I can learn something, not just like some Nelk videos or something like that, like actual like educational or marketing or sales.
Whatever your craft is.
Yeah, straight up. Like just little stuff I know that's gonna push the ball forward and like feed my mind. That way I can just continually gradually get better and better. And then it all just starts to make more sense. Yeah. Like as you listen to more podcasts that break it down, you do more courses, you read more books, like it all just starts to click. Yeah. Like it just makes sense. Like
trust me, bro. It's the best feeling ever. And like I said, for those that are watching, you've gotten this far, please let us know what your journey is, because we'd be more than happy to go and hear it. I love to see people's perspective on it in terms of planting their own roots, what they do. And like I said, hopefully there's something that I've done here or my dog Derrius has done here that can go ahead and help you out too, because it's important that we all go ahead and uplift each other, spread love. There's no place for hate anymore. Like if you sit in here hating, there's something profoundly wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just call it that. But we really got to go ahead and do better to go ahead and elevate, and especially I feel like within the Black community, it's very separated. And if we want to get to a place of like true fruition in terms of like doing things together, building wealth, building equity together, we got to all be on the same mindset. There can't be like a competition attitude where it's like, oh, I'm better than this dude or I'm better than this dude. We can all be better together.
How do you think the Jews got so rich?
Bruh.
The Jewish community is literally, they all spend their money together and they just like
break it off,
compound their own money.
You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as pride or ego there.
Straight up. Straight up. Like,
you know how powerful we would be together if we could go ahead and actually work together in the Black community?
Yeah, facts. All put our money together.
Crazy, bro.
I'm telling you, that's one of our purposes with Interlink that we're scaling out into. That's like phase 2, moving into acquisitions, is allowing people to invest with us so that we can show them how to create passive income and compound their money. And like, it's happening soon. Like we're already making plays on some duplexes. Like, we already got some barbershops and stuff. Like we just want to prove the concept a little more first. Yeah. And then allow some people to get in with us.
Yes, sir.
And, all make money together.
As it should be. There shouldn't be anybody that's left out of the table that wants to be better. Like I've never agreed with that.
Facts.
Because if the team bigger, it's a lot stronger. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, like if you're all on the same like synchronous path, there's no telling what you can do together, bro.
Straight up.
No telling what you can do together.
Straight up.
It don't take much other than a positive mindset and just a real work ethic. You can be broke. You can't be lazy. That's the one thing too. Just open up your mind to go and tell yourself, hey, like, I'm looking to get better every day. Like we was talking about. It's the biggest difference of them all.
No, that's facts. That's facts.
You know?
We dropped some sauce.
Big time.
Dropped some sauce.
On another episode of Keeping It Real.
So where did they go after this?
So we're going to go to the YouTube link. We're going to come out soon, drop a couple. Got to make sure that we get the Instagram shorts up, you know?
You need to get your community, bro.
Yeah, we need a good community.
You need a community. Sure.
For sure.
For sure. When this drops, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can join my community since you don't got money.
Yeah.
You know, we're helping people make money online.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Got a good community soon. You got to show me how to put that together.
Super easy.
On another episode of Keeping It Real, EK, DY, we out.